Hello and welcome everyone. I'm your host Stefan Burns, geologist, geophysicist, space weather guy. We are right now in a geomagnetic storm. It is the 8th of August and this is known by a lot of people to be the 8-8 Lionsgate portal. Whatever that means, means something different for everybody. I have my own personal connection to 8-8 because that's my sister's birthday, in fact. It's a family celebration for us. But we are right now in a G1 geomagnetic storm that could strengthen to G2 level. So this is a minor storm, could become a moderate storm, meaning there's big energy fluctuations happening right now across the globe. And these sort of geomagnetic storms, they happen, but not that frequently. So they're notable when they occur. It generates more plasma here on our planet, which is a very unique state of matter. 99.9% of the universe is plasma. We call it the fourth state of matter because you have solids, liquids, gases, and then we discovered plasma. It's really the first state of matter. Things start off as plasma and then they condense down into these other less energetic forms. So anytime we have a geomagnetic storm, it creates energy fluctuations and just volatility across our planet within us, and it also connects us more to the space environment. It connects us more to the sun, the interplanetary environment, which all the planets are nested within. So the fact that we're having a G1 geomagnetic storm that's looking like it's going to strengthen on Lionsgate is very interesting because this is a date that a lot of people basically state that there's some sort of energetic portal that opens up. And well, there have been a variety of interesting things that have occurred on 8-8 before. And you can look through that, earthquakes and fires and more. We also had a geomagnetic storm last year on 8-8 in 2025. So that's interesting. So today I'm going to present just what is happening in terms of the space weather. We've had some really incredible activity from the sun today. Check this out. This massive release of plasma there from the side actually forming an infinity sign. So how fitting that on 8-8, there it is. See that right there? See that infinity sign? It's cut off by the field of view cuts it off fully, but we get this perfect, really large infinity plasma loop followed by a secondary push going out there. That occurred just in the past 24 hours. So we're going to go through the basic space weather stuff, and then we are going to dive more into this energetic portal that's open because whether you believe it or not, there is power behind belief. And so we are having the geostorm, and we also are having this comet here, C220P McNaught, pretty close to Earth in its orbit, and it's also undergoing a dramatic outburst, one of the biggest cometary outbursts ever observed. So if you are into this sort of new age spirituality stuff with the Lionsgate portal, we are in a geomagnetic storm. And we are right now very close, about 0.5 astronomical units away from this comet, which has rapidly expanded its coma out to be larger than the planet Jupiter. And that is a complex, dusty plasma. So there's now unique electromagnetic interactions that this comet is having, more so than normal, much more so than normal, with the space environment and therefore perhaps with us. These comets here, Jupiter family comets, are a short period, exist in between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. And so they transition through the asteroid belt in the zone between the inner planets and the outer planets. The outer planets are seen as these repositories of information and consciousness that transcends the ego and goes beyond just mundane day-to-day life. So the fact that we have this comet here, which is one of these celestial messengers going from the outer planets to the inner planets every 5.5 years, pretty much right at its perihelion, close to Earth, in one of the largest cometary outbursts ever observed, while we have a geomagnetic storm, is pretty remarkable. So whether you believe in this sort of 8-8 Lionsgate stuff or not, if you do, we are in the conditions for there to be perhaps an ability for someone in a meditative state to connect to these larger energy, information, and consciousness fields, and perhaps receive some pretty profound realizations or just information, downloads, uploads, etc. So we will also do a sound healing. I have my gong over here. I'll set that up. We'll do a nice long sound healing. I have some sound bowls. That's the crown chakra bowl, Tibetan bowls, etc. We're going all out today at the sound healing. No ads on this video for that part. So I hope you join, and the power of a collective meditation is really not to be underestimated. So the more people that join in on this meditation, on this sound healing, the more profound it will be for everybody. So hello, welcome. I'm your host, Stefan Burns. Happy 8/8, and let's get into it. Let me show you our space weather right now. Again, we're starting off with a report here so we can see exactly what is happening. So here is our sun, and you'll notice that there are basically no sunspots on the sun right now. There are just there's a tiny little sunspot right here, another one right there, and then if we go over here, there's one rotating out of view, and then on the far side, there's basically nothing as well. So sunspots right now are almost zero. And that's interesting that we have sunspots near zero right now for the entire sun. They're incredibly low at this moment in time, but we are in this geomagnetic storm from some plasma that was launched earlier. Here we see our X-ray flux, and we notice that we've been on this declining trend of basically the highest frequency light flux from the sun because there are no sunspots. So solar flares produce X-ray flux, also extreme ultraviolet light flux, but also sunspots just inherently, because they are these magnetic vortices and disturbances on the sun, they generate that light flux. And well, we are now in the middle, lower end of the B class zone right here, which is the lowest that we've been in some time. So solar activity in that measure is very, very low. But we are in this geomagnetic storm. Here we can see our HB30 indices. And we see that we've been at quiet conditions going through the 7th of August. And then we started to ramp up. And really right around 8 a.m. Universal Time, things started to kick up. But we didn't reach G1 levels until about noon right here. And now you see that we've been elevated since then. This is still coming in because if we look at our solar wind observations here, you will see that we have this solar storm impact that's come in. All right. So here is that solar storm impact. Started off normal solar wind conditions, then it strengthened. We reached a high value of nearly 20 nanotesla. Normal strength is 5. And if you see these purple zones here, this is where we have a strong magnetic connection to the solar wind. So I call them buckets. We see this really nice long bucket of good connection there. Also look at this most recent one that's coming in. There's about a 1 hour delay between what we pick up at our L1 point in space, 1% of the distance to the sun from the Earth, versus when it actually hits us. And that actually depends on the solar wind velocity, which you'll see is very, very low. See this yellow line? It's showing 330 kilometers per second, approximately 350 or so. But it's very dense. We see our density here is hovering over 10 particles per cubic centimeter. So this is a very slow but dense solar wind structure. And here is when we spiked up to a G1 plus level. You see that came in after that bucket because of that delay. So we are going to be spiking up again with our geomagnetic volatility in probably about 2 to 3 hours, and it could last for quite some time depending on the length of this good connection. We're at 16 nanotesla and negative 15 for the BZ component, so that's really good connection that we have right now. with our solar wind. And so it looks like for the majority of 8-8, we are going to be in it. We can look at our ground fluctuations here with this graphic. This is a model showing, well, yeah, it's a model, but they take data points from magnetometers across the globe to plot the actual magnetic fluctuations occurring in the polar regions and across the surface in general. And you see that we are in a pretty significant geomagnetic storm. So you notice it's concentrated mostly in the polar regions because that's where the energy flows down. So South Pole, North Pole really flows into those areas. But we are in a significant geomagnetic storm across the entire globe. This being right now at that minor level, but very likely could strengthen to moderate levels in the hours ahead. So that is happening right now. And so the really interesting thing in my mind, the really interesting thing here is that we also have this comet, which I reported on yesterday. Many of you watched that video, so you know what I'm talking about. But C220P McNaught is a short period comet, Jupiter family, because it travels in between the orbit of Jupiter and Mars. So here's Jupiter, there's Mars. We see the orbit of this comet like this, okay? And it has perihelion back on June 12th, or maybe it's the 14th. I think it was the 14th. So there's this perihelion right there at its closest, right along the ecliptic plane basically. It's had two outbursts, one in June on the 3rd and another one happening right now. This one's even brighter than the prior one. It started on the 5th of August, but now it's still going. Notice the alignment here, which is interesting. So on this 8-8 portal with this comet, which is having an outburst, you have the Sun, the comet, Saturn, and Neptune all in this alignment. And this very much speaks to this expansion of awareness, consciousness, and just in general spirituality. So that's very interesting. Notice how close this is to Earth. So it's not that far away from our planet. Looks like it's about 1 astronomical unit away from our planet, and about the same distance from Mars. So we have this comet now with a coma that has expanded to beyond the size of Jupiter, and it's close by as this solar wind is coming in, activating the Earth and more. You really can ask for a better situation as it relates to wanting to connect to these energy fields if you're into that. So before we get to our sound healing, let's maybe just kind of feel into what this all means. Here we have, again, our display of this solar activity, which is really quite wild. And I can move over here, but I can't move the other way. So I'll move this like so we can all see this. And this has launched out. So we have not only a launch up here, I didn't mention this first one. If we watch at the beginning again, let's go back. You'll see this launch out. So just give this a watch, that zone. You're going to see a large plasma filament destabilization right there. That launched out, and then this one launches out afterwards, shortly following. So that's really quite incredible. That's a really huge plasma filament eruption, and also happening at 8 a.m. Universal Time. And today, it's 8-8, of course. Well, you also have 2-6. That's 8 as well. So 20, 8, 8, 8, and then 8 for the timing. Really quite remarkable. But what does this perhaps mean? This is something I don't do that often, but to celebrate the day, for all you crazy ones, we are going to do a tarot spread. We're just going to do a quick tarot reading, see what the heck is happening. And see what the cards say. See how the cards land. We'll do one for, the initial idea I had was just, what does this mean for our energy? What does this mean for our spirit? And what does this mean for our earth? And we can pull a card for each. We're not going to go crazy here, but we are going to pull some cards. I've been pulling cards a little bit more recently than I normally do. I often don't pull cards at all for long periods of time, but then every now and then I go through a phase where I like to pull some cards. So I've shuffled, and I'm going to split and just pull 3 from the top. Okay. Oh, we're using the Rider Waite deck, standard Rider Waite, and 3 cards from top. So what does this mean for us energetically? What does this mean for us spiritually? What does this mean for us? What does this mean for the earth? Oh, I like that. Okay. The other 2 are a little wild. Okay. So this is, what does this mean? And I'll have to get this up here. 1 second. What does this mean for us energetically? So we got the 4 of Pentacles, and it looks like not good. It doesn't look good for us right now. This is, what does it mean for us spiritually? And it looks like conflict, and well, we're already seeing it. I'm doing witchcraft right now. Oh no. Oh no. Comments are going crazy. This is what it means for us spiritually, and this is what it means for the earth according to our tarot pools. And that's a really good one to pull, and it's perfect in line with effectively the archetype of the earth in general. So abundance, nurturing, fertility, feminine, good parenting, development, accomplishment, growth, evolution, and action. So it seems the earth likes these geomagnetic storms. And you know, there's a lot to that. Us being at 1 astronomical unit away from the sun provides us with a lot of energy that is required for life. So she's loving it right now. She's loving the solar activity. She's loving the plasma and everything. Energetically, it seems to be kind of a constricting influence. Now, pentacles relate to money, but it also relates to your body, in your health and your wellness in many aspects. So kind of just this closed, claustrophobic feeling, I guess, is what it's saying here. It also, on the side, it says form, completeness, foundations, progress, power, and stability. So it's affecting our foundation, our power, our stability, you know, you think metabolically and more. That's what it's saying for energetically. By energetically, I really do mean more like your health, your biofield, your bioelectricity, and more. If we're talking about maybe connections to interstellar things, whatever, maybe spiritually is more the one. And well, this is what we got for the spirituality. So competition, rivalry, conflict, disagreement, strife, and tension. So yeah, it looks like there's already quite a bit of conflict in the chat now, but that's fine. We need to flush it out. So this is supposedly what it's saying, all right? This is just what the 3 cards pulled are saying. And I personally, in my experience, these things are like always spot on. Sometimes you have to figure it out, but they generally seem to be spot on. Universe works in many ways, and God is in everything. So God is everything, God's in everything, and so this is really just asking the supercomputer that is God some questions, and it spits back an answer, basically. So competition, rivalry, conflict, disagreement, strife, and tension, and instability, exaggeration, overexertion, strife, changes, freedom, and loss. This also makes sense too, I would say, because a lot of people see my channel as being just a spiritual, just a scientific channel, like just science, and here I am pulling tarot cards. So they're gonna be like, "Whoa, what's happening?" And that's fine. You know, I've been doing this stuff, the sound healing and everything from the beginning. So this was never just a science channel. It's always been science and more. So maybe some people are getting a first glimpse into this other side that I show every now and then. So those are the 3 cards. I'll fan them out for you as best I can. These are the 3 cards. Again, what's this mean for us energetically, spiritually, and for the earth? Those are the 3 cards. And maybe we'll do one question for the cards from the chat. So if you have a question, like a good question that's relevant to everybody and everything in this day in general, put it in the chat. And I'll ask another question, which is just what does 8-8, what does this Lionsgate portal mean in general? What does the Lionsgate portal just mean in general? Like, why has this become a thing? Like, there's no reason why this should be a thing. There's no special holiday on this day. There's no special, like, orbital position of the Earth on this day. It's not solstice or equinox, nothing like that. It's just the number 8 has that connotation with the infinity symbol, and it's, the numerological 8-8 day. So why is it though that this has become such a popular thing? There's a reason why it's become such a popular thing. Maybe it's Sirius rising, the heliacal rising of Sirius. That could be it, actually, because that is, like, I think now in August, maybe around this time. But we'll cut it. This time I'll pull it direct for you. Oh, okay. Got the 8 of Pentacles, saying passion, high standards, apprenticeship, mastery, skill development, and repetitive task. On the side, it says manifestation, practicality, skill, absolute decisions, business, and the ego. So maybe it's become a thing because it's a daily, it's a once yearly opportunity for us to practice manifestation, for us to practice ego dissolution, for us to work hard at spiritual activation and just becoming in tune and connected to our higher spirit, God, cosmos, everything and more. And this is 8. Look at that. We pulled 8 for the 8-8 portal. How perfect is that? We pulled the 8 of Pentacles on the 8-8 portal. Yeah, so maybe the universe really just needed to manifest here on Earth a day where people can get behind this and work on something and feel like they have a little bit of hope, because manifestation works on hope, right? You're in a job that you don't like. And I've been here before, like specifically this scenario. You're in a job that you don't like, and you're like, I want to manifest a way out of it. I want to manifest a better job or whatever. And you put energy, thought, and time into it. And then it happens. Like for me, it took about 3 months for all of a sudden this crazy job opportunity to come out of nowhere, which then I actually did not take because I decided to quit working entirely to travel and do YouTube, which worked out way better. So what I was manifesting gave me multiple options. And the second one I chose is actually way better. So, manifestation is a real thing. Where you put your mind, where you put your energy is where energy and attention flows, where you're focused. So let's see if an interesting question came in that we can ask, and then we'll get into our sound healing. Some of these questions are a little heavy. Like that one's a little heavy. I'm not sure we're not gonna pull cards for that one. I mean, at some point, and to answer this question, I mean science, because going to school and class and everything. But I really got into the astrology and tarot in 2020. I would say 2020 is when that really started to. Actually, more like 2019. Yeah, 2019. But 2020 is when it really took off. Okay. Looking for, again, one question for all of us from the chat. Someone who's put in a good question that we can ask. Here we go. I like it. How can we heal the collective? All right. What a good question. Just got to shuffle these correctly. how can we heal the collective? Do a cut, then I'll do more shuffling. What cologne do I prefer? I don't wear cologne. No cologne. Okay. Shuffled. And we'll do a cut right there. And let's do a 3-card pool for this one. First one. Justice. Ho, ho, ho. That is so true. Oh my God. Teamwork. For 3 of Pentacles. 3 Pentacles. And the Page. That was kind of interesting. How do we heal the collective? Let's get these lined up for you guys. Maybe I should go that way. Okay. Justice, 3 Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. So many Pentacles are being pulled right now. What's with these Pentacles? I mean, it's just like nonstop Pentacle action. Wow. Okay. Wild. Well, Justice clearly, I mean, my interpretation is that Justice clearly speaking to the fact that we have a lot of shenanigans and nonsense and evil things on this planet that are happening that need to be brought to heel. And this isn't just right now, but this has been perpetuated for thousands of years now, right? This is the end of a long line of abuse that's occurred. And most of it stems back to religious stuff, if you really look into it. I mean, think about how many people the Crusaders killed, right? For the glory of God, they killed hundreds of thousands of people and established the Crusader states and more. So religions killed millions of people, millions upon millions upon millions of people. But that's not the only form of injustice that's been done, of course. But you know, I see the Justice card being the fact that, you know, there's a lot of injustice that is occurring against just being a good, honest human being that cares about others. Like tremendous injustice being inflicted upon the majority of people every single day, right? The majority of people are in there. The vast majority of people are in that camp. They just want to have good lives. They want to help other people, have a family, have friends, and create a beautiful, loving community. They want to help out, right? That's really 99% of people probably. But, well, yeah. And then teamwork, 3 Pentacles. I really like this because it shows that, you know, we can build something amazing if we work together. And by people of different craft coming together, we can create these communities. We can create these. My focus here is a little off. We can create these communities, and we can create these beautiful, you know, Earth havens for us to live in. We have one planet, one spaceship in this universe, and it's Earth. And so we can either choose to make it an amazing planet, or we can just desolate it. And right now, you know, there's some people doing some of the amazing work for sure. It seems we're going more the other direction, honestly. But jury's still out. I still remain hopeful. But 3 Pentacles. And then the last one, Page of Pentacles, which kind of an oddball one, in my opinion. But it says manifestation, financial opportunity, skill, development, ambition, desire, and diligence. So to me, it's speaking about creating a society where anyone can, you know, create opportunity and abundance for themselves, which is not the case right now, right? Just one example is that in the United States, corporate profits are at their all-time high. Meanwhile, wage earners, as it relates to inflation, are literally in the pits. Like it hasn't been this bad since like the 40s or something like that. So how does it make sense that a economy can generate record corporate profits, but people actually working to support themselves and put a roof over their head and actually be able to even just buy food, right, are making less now than they ever have before per, you know, for the things that matter, like on a cost adjusted basis. I mean, basically, the United States is becoming a serfdom, right? So this to me speaks to creating a society and a collective where we are free to manifest abundance and free to, you know, work on skills and you know, self-actualization, and to all be financially secure. I don't think this is too much to ask for, honestly, but that's my reading. We will now do our sound healing. Okay, so now is the time to find a comfortable position. There are no ads for the sound healing, so you can relax and let your guard down. Headphones are recommended for the best experience. But we're really interested in first connecting to our body and our breath, as the ancient yogis of old did. So then we can connect with our energy, which is our conduit to connecting to our spirit, our higher spirit, and the larger spirit of the universe all around. So this nice breaths, just pay attention to your breath at the beginning. Breathe in, breathe out. If you put out a sigh, like physiological sigh, helps you to relax, to activate the parasympathetic system. Breathe in. There comes a point, though, that we don't want to keep huffing and puffing. Just seek to deepen your breath, and at the same time to also slowly make it gentler. This can happen over many minutes. It doesn't have to happen in 2 breaths. Feel our shoulders, maybe do some shoulder rolls, just very soft and gentle. Our neck, ooh. Maybe you feel a lot of tension there. Maybe you feel good. Either way, it's an important part of the body. Just let everything kind of relax. Maybe do a little shaking. Just to get comfortable. Let out any last energy that needs to be let out. And now draw tranquility to your face. Relax. And then relax more. A lot of people hold tremendous tension, not only in their face and the skin, the surface, but their jaw, their neck, their traps or shoulders. To seek to connect and release. Seek to connect and to release this energy. While maintaining nice rhythmic breathing. magnetic storm engulfing the Earth. We have Comet McNaught nearby, a celestial repository of information and consciousness from the deep past, activated in a unique way with its two outbursts, one occurring right now. We've had some pretty incredible solar activity with massive prominence eruptions, and it is the numerological 8-8 portal. So this is a unique time for us to connect to these energy fields. And to do that, let's start with our third eye. So draw your attention to the space in between your brows. Close your eyes. Just be nice and relaxed now. Your breathing should be rhythmic and gentle, deep. Let's begin by simply visualizing ourselves. So just visualize you right now as you are. You're seated, laying down, however, from a third person perspective. Just visualize yourself there. What you're wearing, the same clothes, where you are, the room, the rise and fall of your chest. And now imagine a very faint, shimmering, iridescent energy field surrounding you. Slowly pulsing, dancing, shimmering and sparkling. Just surrounding you. It's there. It's always there. Imagine this energy field breathing in and out of your body. So it contracts into your body, it disappears and expands back out, filling the room. Each time it expands a little further. Eventually it's reaching outside the house, outside the neighborhood, and overlapping with other people's energy fields. Overlapping with the energy fields of the trees in your neighborhood, the animals that live there too, the earth herself, all as one shimmering field of energy. Now direct your attention skywards and notice the plasma flowing into the planet from the space environment, amplifying this energy field, making it a little bit more electric. How does that feel in your body? How does that connect everyone together differently? How does this larger energy field connect into your solar plexus, the center of energy in your body? Imagine now going there. Your heart, your sternum, solar plexus. this connection directly from your body to the cosmos, the Earth, the Sun, the other planets, the entire solar system as one, swirling, connecting, singular. Change, evolution, memory, and history, all of it accessible to us if we just simply know how to connect, which we are right now. Connect to this. Something that you would like to know, perhaps would like to manifest, to improve. Anything is possible with purity of intention and drive and focus. This energy is coming in, these answers, these realizations, from not only around us, outside of us, but of course within us. If you encounter that deep, instant knowing, then that is your sign. We receive that which is destined for us. Chakras blossom upwards and open to receive all that is. Pollinating our manifestations, our hope for a better world, fair, equitable, and just. A world where we work together instead of apart. about to go very deep. Transcend our limitations. And to go places beyond imagination. To that which you register. These gong sessions can be powerful. Trust the process and hear the sounds of the universe. together with me. One, Om. Om. Breathe out. And breathe in. Om. we begin our journey back. In many ways, that itself was the journey back. This is the abstraction. Start to wiggle your toes and fingers. Just feel where you are. Bring life back into your body. A lot of you went very deep. You can stay there if you wish. There's no rush. We will close this sound healing out. Thank you all for being here, everyone. It's been lovely creating this collective resonance for all of us on 8/8 under unique energetic conditions. Wishing you all the best. Much love and light to all of you. Today is a special day of manifestation and for ambitious new projects and creativity, and just to celebrate who you are uniquely and to further yourself along the road to self-actualization. So do not discount the collective energy and power of this day that is utilizable to us. So thank you all so much for participating. Again, love and light, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye for now.